In this lesson, we're going to talk about the keyword research and the ways to optimize your blog posts to get the best results possible, especially if your website is fresh. And understand, when you have a fresh website, it's kind of difficult to get this organic traffic. And when you're writing blog posts or adding products, you should look for keywords that are not as competitive as others and that have some search volume, some search monthly volume, like 200, 100 or something like that. Alright, so how to do keyword research for your blog post? It's actually the same as doing research for your products. It's actually identical thing. So I'm gonna go to Uber Suggest tool, and as you can see, this is the same tool we use to do a keyword research for our products. Alright, so let's go to keyword research. We can start with keyword overview. So as you can see, I already typed one keyword on that I'm planning to write a blog post, and the keyword is going to be Montessori method. So I could write a blog post, Montessori method dash everything you need to know, or I could name it all about the Montessori method. But the best case scenario is to include your keyword at the beginning of the title, because right now we are talking about the optimization part. So if you can, if it's possible for you, the best case scenario is to include your main keyword, the phrase, at the beginning of title. So that's very important as well. But if you cannot do that, no worries, don't sweat over that too much. You can include in the middle of the sentence, it's still gonna work. But this is the best case scenario. Alright, so now we can check how well this keyword is performing. As you can see, we have an average search volume, 3,600 searches per month on average, and that's quite good, that's quite high. And SEO difficulty is quite high, 49 out of 100 is quite high. And right here we have some information saying that in top 10 position to rank, you should have this many backlinks, your domain authority should be at least 55, but it doesn't necessarily mean that these are the real requirements. These are just predictions. Alright, but as you can see already from the SEO difficulty score, you can see that this keyword is quite difficult to rank. And if I'm gonna write a blog post, it doesn't mean that I'm gonna get a lot of traffic, because most likely I'm not gonna end up in the first page of Google search results. And to be there, I will need to build some backlinks to reach out to other websites so I could post some guest posts. So it's a long process. But maybe we will be able to find a less competitive keyword. And if I'm gonna scroll down, let's see what we have right here. So in keyword ideas, I'm just gonna expand them all. As you can see, we have various other ideas right here. Montessori method of teaching materials. Alright, so this one is gonna be quite difficult to work on, because I don't even have any ideas how I could pump out a blog post talking about this subject. So I'm just gonna skip this one. Alright, this one, Montessori method parenting. Search volume is low, but it doesn't necessarily mean that only 70 people search every month for this information. Usually the volume is much higher. These are just predictions, these are just the numbers. And it doesn't necessarily mean that if your search volume is low, you shouldn't focus on that keyword because it has a low search volume. No, if it has low difficulty and it's not going to be so difficult to rank this keyword, you should also focus on these lower volume keywords, because of course your website is fresh, your domain name is fresh, you don't have high domain authority. You want to focus on less competitive keywords, and usually those keywords have less volume. Alright, Montessori method parenting. Maybe I could write a blog post, Montessori method parenting, everything you need to know, or everything you need to know about Montessori method parenting. Maybe this could be a great topic, and maybe I can use this keyword. So I'm gonna select this keyword right here. And maybe I could write a blog post on this subject. So now I know that it only gets around 70 monthly searches. It doesn't have a high difficulty, and most likely I could end up in the first page of Google search. It's not much traffic, but it's something. And when you are new, you should start with less competitive keywords. And as the time goes by, as you grow, as your domain authority grows, you can aim at more competitive keywords. And as I showed you in one of the lessons where I showed you how to work with Google Search Console, as you saw it yourself, in my situation, I'm kind of ranking in very high positions with a very competitive keywords that are extremely competitive. So it basically happened to me because my website is out there for quite a while now. I've been running this website for 6 years. And I already gathered some backlinks. My domain has a higher authority and I can rank higher using more competitive keywords. So when you are fresh, when you're just starting out, you can pick less competitive keywords and you can start working with that, because you still have to learn how to pump out content that is not that competitive. But if you will manage to master this craft, this art of pumping out content that is less competitive, and you will rank high, that's a great start. That's a fantastic start, to be honest. So this is going to be the keyword that I'm going to use, Montessori method parenting, and the title of my blog post is going to be everything you need to know about Montessori method parenting, or something like that. And in this case, of course, it's kind of difficult to include this keyword at the beginning of the sentence. But once again, it's not a huge issue. I can include it basically anywhere I want. And in any case, this keyword isn't that competitive. All right, let's see what else we have. What other competitors we have right here that are using this keyword. All right, as you can see here, we have one blog post that is raising baby using Montessori method parenting. All right, maybe that's also a good blog post idea. If I'm going to open this one in a new tab, let's see how it looks. All right, so as you can see, this is how it looks. It's a book or something like that. But yeah, this is how it looks. You can also try to write a blog post, a similar blog post to your competitors right here, picking from content ideas. You can try various different ways to pump out content. So this one is once again up to you. This is where you can get creative. And let's run this URL right here through our Uber Suggest tool to check for what other keywords it is ranking. So if I'm going to go to traffic estimation, I'm going to select traffic overview, and I'm going to paste this URL right here, and I'm going to click search. We're going to check for what other keywords this page is ranking. All right, it's ranking for 15 keywords, and let's see what those keywords are. All right, maybe right here we're going to find some other keyword ideas that we can use for writing our content. Okay, right here, as you can see, Mommy and Me Montessori. It's quite confusing. Let's not focus on this one. If I'm going to select to view all, let's see all the keywords. All right, so as you can see, this is the keyword Montessori newborn for infants. As you can see right here, we have various different keyword ideas that we can also use to write content. Mom and Montessori, Montessori sleep method. As you can see, we have quite a lot of other keyword ideas. So this is how I usually do a keyword research. I usually start with the broad phrase of the keyword right here in keyword research. I go through the suggestions, I go through the various other keywords. Then I check content ideas. Then if I find something interesting like this one right here, I copy the URL of this page, of this blog post, and I paste it right here in traffic estimation and traffic overview. And I check for what other keywords this page is ranking. And then maybe I'm going to find some other interesting keywords. So as you can see, this is how it works. You just go through the keywords. You try to select the keywords that are less competitive, that has some volume, some search volume, and that you can rank for. And when you are optimizing your content, don't forget that you have to include your main keyword in the title of your blog post, in the URL of your blog post. So if you're going to include your keyword in the title, it's going to be automatically included in the URL as well. And you have to include it in meta description too. But if you're gonna include this main keyword in the first sentence of your blog post, in the first couple of sentences at least, then it's gonna be automatically included in meta description. So in any case, it's very important to include your keyword in the first couple of sentences when you're writing your blog post. This is a part of optimizing your content. You have to include your keyword in the first couple of sentences of your blog post. And then when you're writing your blog post, let's say your blog post is going to be of 800 words, something like that. Then you probably want to mention this keyword around 8 times, something like that. And after you have included your keyword 8 times, the next thing that you have to do, you have to add featured image for your blog post. Later, I'm gonna show you how that's done. But once you add featured image, you want to also include your main keyword in the alt text and in the title of the image, just like we did when we were working with products. And when you're gonna add some other images in your blog post as well, you can include some other variations of this keyword that is also relatable to your content. So that's how it works. So basically now you are a bit more familiar with the idea how to do keyword research when you are writing blog posts.